Okay, in the house with us this morning, Jamon Turner, and we mentioned a little while ago, he is going to be on Season 3 with Trace Adkins on the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown. Season premiere for that April the 21st. And one of the things that you brought to the table that I thought was the most interesting aspect of your entire resume is this organization that you have begun, the Just Believe Youth Program. And you say God put this on your heart.
For sure.
And explain what you're doing.
So the premise of Just Believe is to expose people to agriculture. Society right now makes it really, really hard to thrive as a farmer or rancher. And I really believe that a lot of that comes from a lack of information. In order to get anybody, a child, an adult, to get invested in something, either learning it or having firsthand experience. I can't save the world, but my thing is I can open my doors to make sure that people do have firsthand experiences, safe, memorable experiences, things that they may be inclined to send their kids to learn and grow their own professions. Everything we do is we bring kids in through agriculture activities. Sometimes they're rank wild rodeo excursions. Sometimes it's just fishing and camping, learning how to, take care of our own meat. But the thing is, for every clinic camp that we host, we teach a trade. And it's a trade that is directly applicable to the agricultural field. It may be one of the 3-day camps where, we spend 3 days learning how to start horses that have never been touched. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of that, we've spent, 3 hours of that day either choosing between welding and fabrication, large machinery mechanics, power washing, horse dentistry, horseshoeing. These are all things that we teach that, they may directly apply to horses, cattle, the industry itself. But if you learn the trade, you can go create an LLC and be self-employed.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
wow.
It's amazing that you would mention that because I got 3 sons and they're all, out of high school and everything. But when the oldest one was about to start in college, I told him, I said, I got to doing some digging around. He was interested in possibly at some point doing baseball fields, being responsible for the turf management of that. And so I got to looking up turf management as a curriculum in college. And just here in North Louisiana at ULM, Louisiana Tech, there were thousands and thousands of dollars still available in scholarships that were just there for agricultural programs that nobody was taking.
Yeah.
It was huge.
And there's jobs available.
Right. And I'm like, holy cow. I mean, your whole school could be paid for just because you went into an agricultural area.
Well, and on the flip side of that, too, Jamon, I love the fact that, you were talking about pipe fitting and welding and that kind of stuff. I don't know when having a trade became uncool.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what, that's where the jobs are.
Yeah.
And frankly, that's where the money is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a place like Shreveport, I've lived in a lot of places, and there's parts of Shreveport that get a bad rap, So you look at the availability for trades versus colleges. A lot of kids, inner city specifically, are, pushed to college based on sports versus academics, you know? And I feel like, learning a trade kind of deteriorates that stereotype or the necessity to have to be good at a sport versus learn something that you like to be passionate about. Mm-hmm. And I mean, literally, you could walk into your neighborhood and change 20 people on your same blocks life just because you're in a position to offer them a job now.
You bet. You bet. Okay, give us what you would call the crown jewel of your success stories with one of these youth.
Oh man, there's so many. I like this.
Yeah.
One that really, really, really touched me. There was a kid that, I've been rocking with this boy for a long time. He's actually from Compton, California, lives in a pretty rough neighborhood. Me and a buddy kind of mentored him together. And this is cool because I watch this relationship cultivate, across the country. He flew in every year to come to one of the bull riding schools I'd host. And this last year, me and him had it out. I'm talking about a full-blown upset with each other. Don't talk to me the rest of the day. Go sit down.
Wow.
Acting crazy. And I told him, I had Tater Porter come talk to me afterwards. He's like, Jamon, I like what you're doing. He said, I want you to pray over the situation and don't cancel his weekend. If the Lord puts it on your heart to let him ride, let him continue. So I did, and I walked away, and I told him, I said, man, all right, God put it in my heart, but he ain't shook me yet. You owe me 1,000 push-ups before you can get on anything. Cussed me up and down. He wasn't going to do it. Cool. So I went and sat down. We watched all the junior bull riding first. He was the last in the senior bull riding. I think they got to the calves. And I look over, and he is just back there cranking these push-ups. I have no idea if he even did 1,000, but I literally watched him do 300-400 in a row.
What?
Turned around, come to me, tears in his eyes, like, Mr. Turner, I'm sorry. Never in my life has he called me Mr. Turner. Come up to me, Mr. Turner, I'm sorry, and talk to me for a few minutes. I said, all right, man, we'll finish these up when you get done. Go get on your bull. I've had the biggest problem. I get so annoyed with seeing people sag. It drives me up a wall. Mm-hmm. He ended up winning the junior bull riding that day. Never won a buckle, none of this. Gets his buckle, comes back to the truck, waits till everybody leaves, and is like, man, you got my word, I'll never sag again. He's like, I got a belt to put on. Like, I can represent. Man,
I hold my pants up now.
Oh, that just
wow.
got me.
Wow.
He got back to California, and it's just like you watch his whole mentality change, the stuff that he posts on his Instagram and stuff. It was crazy before. It's so clean cut. He's professional. A lady called me the other day asking me, looking for some kids to sponsor. Immediately, I thought of him. And she was just like, Jamon, his page is so clean. He's such a well-rounded young man. I'm like, please, if you had known this boy a couple months ago, but it was really cool to see him invest in himself, and just take a chance and say, hey, and that's so minute, but it was powerful to me because this isn't a relationship that I've been able to cultivate by coming to my house every afternoon, being a part of the tutoring programs or nothing like that. Like, I literally had to be intentional. He had to be intentional, be on the phone with each other, praying over each other, stuff like that. So just to watch him grow. And this year, he qualified for the Junior Patriot, about won it.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Man.
It's working.
Just believe. Now, is there a way that the community can help you? I mean, do you take donations? Do you need, what do you need?
We definitely need donations. That's where it gets hard, and I got to put my pride aside. There's some things that would make life more beneficial, even if we didn't get financial help. Getting a bus, like a little 15-passenger bus, man, I spend a lot of money and time driving back and forth to Shreveport to pick up kids. If I can get 6 in a truck, I got to take them back out to my house, then turn around and go back to Shreveport to pick up the other load. Sometimes parents volunteer to help out, but when I don't, it's just me and my little crew that driving our own personal vehicles around to pick kids up. That's hard. I've been building on my place, gravel, just a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
We have a list of things on our website that if somebody wanted to donate, in-kind donations. I definitely need volunteers, people with a heart to pour into kids. We have a tutoring program and a counseling agency that coincides with this, that we don't do very much counseling. We focus it more so around the mentorship. So young, available people that have a heart to serve kids, whether they're,
Why they gotta be young?
Truthfully, that's important. I say that because I'm 34, and I'm about right in the middle of, these kids and their parents. So there comes a point to where you're not just this old dude who's telling them what to do.
Yeah. You're relatable.
Then I'm to the point now to where the 16, 17-year-olds that I'm pouring in, they're the middleman between me and the little kids. So the young part is extremely important because it gives a face within a 10-year range to say, hey, you may have actually lived what I live, even though, being 30 years older, chances are you've lived it anyway.
Right.
We don't realize that when we're young.
Do you have a website?
I do. It's www.justbelievetraining.com.
Justbelievetraining.com. Facebook
love
page?
everything about this.
We do have a Facebook page. I just actually had to start it over yesterday. For some reason, somebody reported it. I don't know that.
What'd you do wrong?
Maybe just showed too much love, that kind of thing.
You know what? I have noticed that you can get reported if you preach too much about the wonders of Jesus Christ.
Oh, hands down.
It's sad, the world we live in right now. And you know what? Like you said, you can't change the world, but if you change the life of one person, like you did this young man in Compton, I'm going to tell you, the whole thing makes it worth it when you see that one child turn around.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jamon, I can't wait to watch the new season on Ultimate Cowboy Showdown with Tracy Adkins. New season starts April the 21st.
Yeah.
You won't tell us whether or not you win.
I will.
We know
you
you survived.
If you've watched any of the rest of the seasons, and you might have even been close to disappointed or thinking, hey, this isn't no. Watch this one.
They turned it up for season 3.
Yeah, they turned it all the way up. The competition was way tougher than anything else that I've seen on any of the episodes. The actual competitions, they were ranked, and
Okay, so who would win? You or Rip?
who would win?
Yeah.
Rip? Yeah, he wouldn't have a chance.
Oh!
Yeah, he wouldn't have a chance. This was real life cowboying, there was some stuff that, I probably wouldn't put an in-law to, For
No,
sure,
you didn't.
I did.
Okay, now listen, one of the things that's really important to Jamon and to us now, with Just Believe is the need for a mini bus, 15-passenger van, bus, something along those lines. Any financial help that you could get for this incredible, worthwhile organization.
If anybody has any
I've got
gravel-
Jamon's personal cell phone number. You can call us here into the studio. I'll do that. We can direct you to the Facebook page that you've just redone.
Yes.
And it's Just Believe Training.
No, it's
JustBelieve.com.
training.com is the website.
Yeah, justbelievetraining.com is the website. Jamon, thank you.
No problem.
God bless you, brother.
I appreciate you. God bless you too.